The Tempest, Act 1, Scene 2, lines 468 to 503. In this section of the play, we witness the interaction between Prospero, Ferdinand, and Miranda. While it is read aloud, please follow the text in your books.
Draws, and is charmed from moving.
Oh, dear father, make not too rash a trial of him, for he's gentle and not fearful.
What, I say, my foot, my tutor? Put thy sword up, traitor, who makest a show but darest not strike. Thy conscience is so possessed with guilt. Come from thy ward, for I can here disarm thee with this stick, and make thy weapon drop.
Beseech you, father.
Hence, hang not on my garments.
Sir, have pity, I'll be his surety.
Silence, one word more shall make me chide thee, if not hate thee. What, an advocate for an impostor? Hush! Thou thinkest there is no more such shapes as he, having seen but him and Caliban. Foolish wench! To the most of men this is a Caliban, and they to him are angels.
My affections are then most humble. I have no ambition to see a goodlier man.
Come on, obey. Thy nerves are in their infancy again, and have no vigour in them.
So they are. My spirits as in a dream are all bound up. My father's loss, the weakness which I feel, the wreck of all my friends, nor this man's threats to whom I am subdued, are but light to me, might I but through my prison once a day behold this maid. All corners else of the earth let liberty make use of. Space enough have I in such a prison.
Aside.
It works.
To Ferdinand.
Come on.
Aside.
Thou hast done well, fine Ariel.
To Ferdinand.
Follow me.
To Ariel.
Hark what thou else shalt do me.
Be of comfort. My father's of a better nature, sir, than he appears by speech. This is unwonted which now came from him.
Thou shalt be as free as mountain winds, but then exactly do all points of my command.
To the syllable.
Come, follow. Speak not for him.
The text in detail. Now, so far we have seen that Prospero has been very hard on Ferdinand. Miranda is feeling very bad for Ferdinand and says, "Oh dear father, make not too rash a trial of him, for he is gentle and not fearful. Oh dear father, don't be too harsh on him. He is a gentleman and not a coward. What I say, my foot, my tutor, put thy sword up, traitor, who makest a show but darest not strike. Thy conscience is so possessed with guilt." To Miranda he says, "What I say, my foot, my tutor." He says to Miranda, "Are you being my tutor? My foot?" To Ferdinand he says, "Put thy sword up, traitor, who makest a show but darest not strike." Means it's put your sword in, you traitor, who puts on a big show but would not dare to strike because you're too guilty. "Come from thy ward, for I can here disarm thee with this stick and make thy weapon drop." He says, "Step out of your defensive position, for if I wanted to, I could use this magic wand, or this stick, to disarm you and make your sword drop." Miranda again, "Beseech you, father, I beg you, father. Hence, hang not on my garments. Get away, don't drag my garment, don't catch on my garments. Don't hold on to my garments." Miranda, "Sir, have pity, I'll be his surety. Father, have pity on him, I'll be the guarantee for his goodness." Prospero, "Silence, one word more shall make me chide thee, if not hate thee." "What? An advocate for an impostor? Hush!" He says, "Silence. I might scold you, if not hate you. Are you being supportive of an impostor? Hush, be quiet. Thou thinkest there is no more such shapes as he. having seen but him and Caliban, foolish wench, to the most of men, this is a Caliban, and they to him are angels. You think no one else is as beautiful as him, because you've seen only him and Caliban? Foolish girl, to most people this man looks like a Caliban, and compared to him most people are like angels. Miranda, my affections are then most humble. I have no ambition to see a goodlier man. Then my love is humble. I have no desire to see a more handsome man than this one. Prospero, come on, obey. Thy nerves are in thy infancy again and have no vigor in them. He says to Ferdinand, come on, obey. Your muscles are like that of a baby, no strength at all in them. And Ferdinand speaks here. So they are. They means the muscles he's referring to. So they are. My spirits, as in a dream, are all bound up. My father's laws, the weakness which I feel, the wreck of all my friends, nor this man's threats, to whom I am subdued, are but light to me. Might I but through my prison once a day behold this maid. All corners else of the earth let liberty make use of. Space enough have I in such a prison. He says, everything I have been bearing, my father's laws, my spirits, the destruction of my friends, and now this man, Prospero's threats are nothing to me. They are light to me. Only if I might be able to see this girl from the windows of my prison. Let all of the earth have its freedom, but let me have such a prison, he says, through whose windows I could see this girl at least once a day. Prospero is happy, and he does not display the happiness, and he says to himself, it works. They are madly in love with each other. And to Ferdinand he says, come on. And to Ariel he says, thou hast done well, fine Ariel. You have done fine Ariel. To Ferdinand he says, follow me. And to Ariel he says, hark, what thou else shalt do me. He says, just listen. Hark is listen. Listen what else you have to do for me. Miranda says to Ferdinand, be of comfort, my father's of a better nature, sir. Then he appears by speech. This is unwonted, which now came from him. He says, take comfort, sir, my father is more kind and gentle than his words portray him to be. The way he just acted is just unusual. Prospero, thou shalt be free as mountain winds, but then exactly to all points of my command. This is to Ariel, he says, you'll be free just like the mountain winds, but you have to do something more. Ariel says, to the syllable, I'll do everything to the syllable, everything that you ask me to do. Prospero says, come, follow, speak not for him. To Ferdinand he says, come, follow. And to Miranda he says, don't defend him, speak not for him. And they all exeunt. As a summary, Prospero treats Ferdinand very harshly. He also controls him with his magical power. Miranda feels for Ferdinand. Neither are aware that Prospero is just testing them. Thank you.